Hello everybody again. Are we good? Are you all good? Everyone else good? Everyone got their phones on silent? Yeah? Yeah? Yeah, yours is, you left yours at home. You're way ahead of me, aren't you? You're way ahead of me. I was just checking mine was on silent. Because I would be the person that's like, everyone done their homework and then left mine at home. Because I am that type of person. We've got Graham with us again tonight. Graham is amazing, so let's just say hi, Graham. Hi, Graham. That was awkward. I won't do that again. Right, I am going to ask. Just for a second, I was like, "What am I doing? Where am I?" I'm going to ask you to do opening prayer. I stood up for some reason. Or anyone, whoever wants to do opening prayer for me, someone do opening prayer. You don't want me to stand up and waffle. It's enough already. Everyone's done with me.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Good evening, everyone. Just join me in prayer, please, friends. Divine Spirit, we thank you for bringing us all together this evening into this sanctuary of love and light. And I ask that our guides and our loved ones draw close, and I ask that the veil between the two worlds becomes thinner. I ask for healing to be sent out to the four corners of the world, to its peoples, its animal kingdom, to Mother Earth and to Mother Nature. I ask for healing to be sent out to those who have just passed or in the transition stage. And I ask that they find the light and the love and the peace that they need. But Divine Spirit, I also ask for extra special healing to be sent out to those that they have left behind. Please give them the strength and the courage to carry on without their loved ones. As always, Divine Spirit, we leave this evening in your hands, but know that everything we do is done with love and light. Amen.
Thank you, that's awesome. Right, I'm going to read out my little healing book. I'm not going to make everyone listen to too much. It's only it's a paragraph. It's a couple of sentences masquerading as a paragraph. It's fine. Great Spirit, we ask that you send love, light and healing to all those in need, human and animal, as well as those written in this book. Who can tell there that I couldn't find the book earlier and hadn't written a really long thing. Vicky, Michael, David and family, Ronnie, Sarah, Dee, Brian, Jenny, Kim, Jenny, Rowena, Maureen and Roy. So if you could just take a moment just to have just a quiet moment just to think about them and just to visualise them feeling a bit of a better place, just feeling a little bit happier and just visualise a nice colour of love or light around them, anything like that. That's lovely, thank you. I don't know why I didn't sit back down again. I'm probably saving my knees or something. She's got a very, very tiny little bit to read out for you today. It's really, really tiny, and it's just a really sweet little thing that shows you that people that are around us do continue to look out for us and sometimes send us little things. My sister Yvonne and I had always shared a special close bond. We were born on exactly the same date, 12th of October, although we were 2 years apart. And growing up, we were more like best friends than brother and sister. Yvonne, being the eldest, was very protective over me when I started school. As a child, she sometimes seemed to have a visible glow, an aura around her. She was one of those people that could light up a room just by walking in the door. When I was 11, our grandma became very ill with a lung infection, which led to pneumonia, and she was in hospital for what seemed like months. We'd visit her every evening. I'll always remember the last thing she said. "You're so very rare, you two, so very rare." That night, the night that Grandma died in November, I woke up with a start. My heart was pounding out of my chest. I'd had the most vivid dream, and the vision was still so clear in my head. I'd seen a white horse, bright and shining, running across a field, and then Grandma's face above it in the sky. She smiled and mouthed something, some words to which I've never been able to fathom to this day. She was holding a carved wooden jewellery box. I woke up with a start and ran into Yvonne's room. As I told her about the dream, a look of shock spread across her face. "I've just had the exact same dream," she said. Every detail of the dream was identical. The horse, the sky, Grandma and the jewellery box. We even made drawings of it. It felt as though Grandma was trying to tell us something or to offer us some comfort. The jewellery box was particularly puzzling. It was wooden with a carved lid, an intricate swirl pattern. I was convinced there was something in that box that Grandma wanted us to have, but Mum said she'd never seen anything like it before in Grandma's house. It wasn't until a couple of weeks later, when Mum and Dad were helping to sort out Grandma's belongings, that they stumbled across something down the back of her dressing table. You'll never guess, Mum said, pulling the box out and putting it on the dining room table between Yvonne and myself. We stared at it open-mouthed. It was quite small, but the carved pattern on the lid was exactly the same as we'd seen in our dream. Yvonne slid it towards her and opened the lid. Amongst the hoop earrings and dress rings, she found a small locket. Yvonne carefully prized the clasp open between her fingers. Inside were 2 tiny photographs of Yvonne and me as babies, one on each side of the locket. In her lifetime, Grandma had never been particularly emotional towards us, but I think this is what she really wanted us to know, that we were loved and special to her. It felt like this was the last message she wanted to pass on to us, that she wasn't able to put into words while she was still living. In time, we decided to take the locket to a jeweller and have the hinge separated so that I could keep Yvonne's half and she could keep mine as a reminder of our special bond, which is, in the words of Grandma, very rare. So I just wanted to read that out as a way to show that even though people are in spirit and even when they pass over, if they've got a message they want to pass on to us, they will find a way to do it. And if you don't listen to your dreams and you don't see it in your dreams, they're going to keep coming here in places like this and they'll still pass on the message no matter what it takes, they will do it. So that's me, I'm done. I'm going to pass over to you. I don't know if you've got anything you want to say or if you just want to get straight into work or whatever, it's all good. You can do whatever you want to do, it's free range.
Which is way out.
That way, run, exit.
Good evening all. It's lovely to be back here. Excuse me if my voice goes a bit without spirit coming in, because the energy in this room is quite awesome. And, so the way I work is I am a direct medium, so I will come to as many people as I can, maybe 1 or 2. And please talk to me, because if you don't, they'll just go. They'll slam the door in temper and say, and I've had this before, they're not talking to me, I'm not talking to them, and they'll go, okay? They do come through with a lot of love and light. So people, I know we've all lost people, and it's so sad, but they do want to come back to give you messages of love and support and light as well. Okay, so please talk to me. I think that's about it, because I've got quite a few. Yeah, and I read Arrow, my guide, changed the way I work, because she said at the beginning of last year, just after COVID, that I've got to start singing. No. But somebody very close to my heart said, no, you're not going to sing. I do give you a song.
I'm not allowed to sing either.
I certainly will tell you it, and it's up to you then to Google the words when you get home. But sometimes, you know, even when you're walking down the street, you get a song in your head, and it's from spirit. You might think you're thinking of the song, but it's spirit, and I'm certainly not going to give you a half-hour address about getting messages, because you're not here for that. But that's just one little thing you can take on board. And I'm just waiting for somebody. Can I come to that lady right in the middle, please? In the back, please. Yeah. Very nice picture. 1971 significant for you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. I know that's quite obvious thing to say. It's got 1971. I did, as I come through, I had a lovely lady as well as come through to you. Not that she passed in 1971, no. But she's standing right behind you. Okay. And I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but when we came along, we was dancing, weren't you?
Yeah, it's my fault. It's always me.
I wasn't with her embarrassed, but she's just dancing.
I wish I could get embarrassed.
She really is trying to get through to you that she's okay. And I feel as though, I was not putting anyone upstairs as not. This is like a mother figure. And is your mother upstairs, please?
Yeah.
Thank you. And not thank you, she's upstairs.
No, okay.
Okay, but she's coming through with a lovely big smile on her face, and it's as if she's saying to me, I made it. And it was a long journey, but I'm home. Okay? She still understands that there's a lot of emotional upset about the memories of how she passed, but she said, I don't want to talk about that.
No, she wouldn't.
Yeah. I want to talk about the medicines that was all mixed up changing this, changing that. She says, I am at peace and I'm at home. But she still wants to look after you. She's still with you because, as Willow said about the dreams, that she comes through in your dreams, that she's very, you have very, very vivid dreams. Okay?
Sometimes, yes.
Yeah. But when you have that vivid dream, please write it down in the morning.
Right.
She said, because she asked you, obviously, I get a lot of symbolic messages as well.
Okay.
Because she had a go at me at a moment, and I can't do two things at once, can I do? But she's saying, when you're walking sort of along the high street, you get something linked to that dream, like a message, that clicks your mind back to that dream. And that's because you haven't taken on board what she's trying to say. So she wasn't, and she isn't a bossy sort of lady, but you knew where you stood with her.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm sort of getting a lady, she lost a lot of hair. Yeah?
It did thin, yeah.
Thin, yeah. She just said to me, be careful what I say, because she was proud of her hair,
Yeah.
and she always took care of her hair as well. Can you take the fact that when she used to talk, the teeth used to clump together? No, that must be something. No, and I don't guess at that because I can hear she talked to me, her teeth are clumping together.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know if she had all teeth or not, but they're clumping together. No, okay. She might have an awkward bite. Yeah? Can you take that? Because it's not really a favourite place, I know, but she just, I can hear this clunking as well. And also the stick when she used that used to clunk.
She didn't have sticks.
She didn't have sticks.
No.
I've got two people here because that can happen.
Yeah.
But disregard that because she's still giving me six. Okay? You haven't hurt your knee, have you? No. But I don't mind those because if I go back to them and say no, I either got the message wrong from the spirit world or, it's wrong and it might be for somebody else. Even last night I was with somebody, but I was with the sad gentleman at the back, the radar, so everybody hold the six. Okay. She's just sending lots of love to you. Can I give you June then, as a month for your birthday celebration anniversary? June. He's singing June is busting out all over.
Oh, okay.
It's got to be June. I cannot take that back. Somebody can. Yeah. Speak up, I don't mind. Just because it's his lady's message, it could be spread out. Because I know you're linked anyway. Sorry?
It was a song my dad used to sing.
Thank you.
Carousel was his favourite.
You've got like a link between you, like spiritual link. That's very close. You're all very close to each other. Doesn't matter friends or family. You've got that spiritual link. Okay. Sometimes, as I say, messages can spread out as well. But she's still singing June is busting out all over. She liked her. When I say she likes a rocking chair, I know she didn't have one. But she used to, when she used to think, she used to sort of rock in a chair. And that's her thoughts going round and round, as if to say what I'm going to say next. Because she could never say things off the cuff as we do. She had to think about what she's saying, and she was very thoughtful before things got really, really bad, that she had to decide what she's going to say. But she said I was very bossy, but in a nice way, firm but fair.
Yeah.
Okay? And she loved her TV, she loved soaps, but who didn't in those days? A lot of people did as well. She liked wrestling as well, on the box. Now I'm going back a long way away.
Probably, yeah.
Probably in another world.
Yeah.
But she used to like that. Okay, she's just saying to me, because there's a link there with wrestling, that can I take you back 2 or 3 years ago, please, madam, that you had a lot to wrestle with in your life?
Oh.
And that's how they come to me when I work. They give me wrestling, and immediately you think of Les Kelly and Jackie Pallow. Oh my goodness, that's going back in there. But it's another form of wrestling. It's like emotional wrestling around you 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And she was with you, whether she's in spirit or on the earth plane.
Yeah.
But she said she was with you to sort things out. Everything was all complicated and entangled, and everything was in a knot, and she had to unknot the problems for you. And although it took a long time, you got out of it. It's like coming out of a dark tunnel, wasn't it?
Oh.
Not saying you're depressed, but a lot of things need to be sorted out. It's not about your mood of late. There's maybe a physical or a spiritual move. But I feel as though a spiritual move, you've taken that step forward into the spiritual realm. Not to go upstairs, but to discover more about yourself spiritually as well. And you've got 2 lovely helpers to help you on the way as well. Okay?
Thank you.
And I will leave that with you.
Thank you.
I've just got somebody sneezing. Can I come to you, please? Just looking at me. Yeah. You just looked at me, yes, please. Yeah. I've got a lovely lady. You know, people say I've got a lovely lady standing behind you, and they look down and they see a wall. How can that possibly be? Well, it can, I can assure you. Very small lady, but her energy is big. And she's coming from the spirit world, but she suffered with cold hands, or very arthritic hands, but there's always cold, and she's always doing this when she speaks. Now, if I did that in a complete strangers, people are going to say, he looks a bit of a creep doing all this, but she's just making me do this just to explain to you that's how she is standing behind you as well. And she has a lovely shawl on, because she's just taking it off and putting it around your shoulders. And it's a blue shawl, and as you know, in spiritual terms, shawl is protection and healing for you around this area. I feel as though you've been suffering with aches and pains around this area, please.
Not particularly.
Not particularly, but I'm not arguing, but she just said,
Okay.
but if you say no, I don't obviously mind. Okay, anybody here, if I give them a message, just say, no, I can't take it, that's absolutely fine. Okay? Just give me August for you as well.
Yeah.
And Tom as a link, whether it's upstairs, downstairs, she just shouted Tom to me. Would she have been a bit hard of hearing, please? Before she passed, because she's making me want to raise my voice a lot.
Not that I know of.
Not that you know. This is your mother.
No.
No, this is the energy of your mother, that may be your grandmother.
Okay.
Okay? And I don't want to, again, guess to her, but she's making me, I feel as though she's shouting because she's been trying to get through to you before, and she's been really shouting for your attention when you've been sitting there to get the messages. Okay, she's just given me one Wessex. Or Essex, sorry. There's Essex. I don't, where are we? I have no idea where we are. Essex, as a link for you. We're in Essex, are we?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Good enough.
I'm sorry. I have no idea where we are. I just followed my phone, you know.
Oh, she was from Essex.
She was from Essex, okay. And as she's coming through, she said you're going to fly high. Fly high. And I feel as though you feel as though you, in the past few years, you feel as though you've been grounded, solid on things, but she wants you to take off. I know it's links to standstill, but I'm not going to go down that road. But I think I just want to give you a flight ticket. But it's to do this self, that she wants you to fly off and do new things in a different direction.
Okay.
That have not been doing in the past, that she wants for you to do in the future as well. There's somebody around you who's got a bit of a stutter, please, when they get excited.
Not I know.
No, okay, no, that's fine. Because I might have moved on. And can you take sticks as well for this lady? That when she used to walk along, it's going tap, tap, tap.
Not for her particularly.
Not for her, but you do know somebody because she's showing me these sticks. And they're fancy. I think it's a gentleman that used to use them.
Okay.
Please take it, because I want to get rid of these sticks.
Okay.
Please take them. No, I'm not forcing you. but I feel as though it's a gentleman that's using these sticks. Okay, but the message for you tonight is take their word that you need to do something new for yourself, not for anybody else, but for you, that you need to do a new direction in spiritual things and spiritual, right, sorry. You've been writing a lot? Not really, okay. No, I have to leave you at that because I feel as though the link is just withdrawn, but that's fine, but thank you for working with me. I should have said January for you as well, January. Is that no? And some might get lots and lots of money, but I don't mind. I know you two are a pair because you came together, but can I come to you two, please? Yeah. This gentleman that's come through knows both of you, but I feel as though it's more on this lady's side than your side. Okay? But if you could take what no gentleman in the spirit world, not at all. Not even that.
No, not really. I'm not with Nana's fire.
Because he is coming to you more than what he's coming to his gentleman. But don't worry. Because he's standing in between you. Can you take an Italian link, please? Never been to Italy.
Not
Okay.
really.
You've got a gentleman in the spirit world. That's quite close to you.
Yes.
Yes. He's coming to that, but he does know of this lovely lady that's next to you. Okay? Because he's just went, ooh la la, as if, you know, he's not speaking English. He might be speaking gobbledygook for I know, but I get a feeling that he's talking a little bit of Italian. He might say it as a joke, because this gentleman was a joker, and this is your granddad, please.
Yeah, we might be. I'm not saying it could
Okay.
be,
Well, I think he just nodded his head and said, I am,
but
okay? I've got to give you the name Fred, and I've also got to give you the name Alan. I've got to give you the name or the month of June.
No.
This gentleman loves gardening, and I don't want to go that old hat about he's going to give a bunch of roses to you.
Yeah. No, yeah, he did like his garden.
Yeah, and he's just giving you a bunch of roses to give to this lovely lady.
Okay.
What's this about the Valentine's Day that you forgot to give a present or something? Because he's laughing his socks off about that.
We're not actually together. We did come in together, but we're not.
You're not linked.
No.
As
That's
good
very
friends.
good friends we are.
Friends.
Um,
You can give a Valentine
yeah.
present to a friend.
so that's true.
Yeah.
But that doesn't ring a bell.
Yeah.
Like
Okay, it might not be to this lady, but it might be to somebody who's
somebody.
close her to you. Okay? But he knows that you two came in together and he is with both of you.
Oh, okay.
So you're obviously your energies are quite mixed, not mixed and matched, but
Yeah.
together, okay? And your spiritual energies are certainly glued together because you believe in the same things. And this gentleman is spiritual as well. Even though he said he debunked it when he's on the earth plane, he's saying, and this is talking to you, sir,
Yeah.
he debunked it on the earth plane, but he said we will all find out because it's wonderful up here.
Okay.
Okay? Because I know there's somebody around you that you had a bit of an argument with about this sort of thing, that they didn't want you to come here anymore, and you had a broad back, broad shoulders, and you said, I'm going to go. So that's what they're saying.
Oh, okay.
And if you're here for a reason.
Yeah.
Okay? And that reason, even if the message isn't quite, not 100%,
No, I still take the message on board.
yeah, 90%, then please take it as
Yeah,
well.
I will do, yeah.
Okay? There's another gentleman that just popped in just to say hi, he passed. He said, don't use the word diagram. He said, I don't like that word. I passed on the motorbike in a quiet crash. Long time ago, but he's given a message that someone passed. But maybe to you, madam, I'm not sure of it because he's in the middle of the game. If you can't take it, that's fine. He's just come in to say hi. He's given a name of Keith for you. No, you can't take that.
I did, I'm going back years ago.
Oh yeah.
Like, I did have a friend that did die, like quite young, he passed his test and he died in a car accident.
Car accident. You told him motorbike, but
But yeah, could have been,
yeah, okay. There's a motorbike involved
okay.
then. Okay, because sometimes I don't get the
It's
message.
just swerved on the bike, nobody knows, but
Yeah. But he's very generally sorry that he left the world and left his family, but he's there because, you know, when people pass, we think we all go up there, rest in peace. No, we have jobs to do. And his job, funny enough, is a child rescuer. Now, I'm not saying you've lost a child, but you've got two children, please?
I've got one and my son's got a half sister.
Right, I'll take that as two children, because it is important that we get that link established as well. Who's giving you the ring to look after, and you wear it all the time because it's so spiritual for you? And it's like a ring that's been given to you.
None of them really. Ones I've sort of, well, from friends and things really. They're not particularly, the ones I wear aren't particularly sentimental.
One of them, I feel he's saying to me, it is sentimental, but that's his take on it as well. There's one of them more important than the other one. Okay, the message is just keep walking forward, never look back, because you keep looking behind you and seeing all the luggage that you're pulling, cut it, let it go. Okay? And really, I know there's no romance between you two, but friends is very important as well. And I know you've been friends for quite a while now, but long may it rain, okay? And have fun. You just said to me, have fun, because they have fun upstairs, and having fun is important. Okay, I will leave that with you.
okay.
And, okay, I'm just asking for more names before he goes. Richard. You take Richard? No? Please take it.
Okay.
Okay, thank you for working with me. You're quiet.
It's because I've not said anything, that's why. I'm the noisy one. Just sitting in the corner.
No, I don't want quiet, because we're concentrating. Yeah, okay. I've had things to you yet. Excuse me, coming in. As I was coming towards you, a lady from the spirit world, and I know this is not your mother, but I'm not quite sure who she is. She's quite slim, sort of blondie hair. When she was younger, she had it down to her waist, but now she sort of had it really cut short. And as she's coming through, she just wants to turn you around and look at that wall. And that wall says, thank you. Thank you for looking after her. Can you take that, please? Because there's a caring aspect around you that you do care for other people and look after people. And this lady is definitely in your family. It doesn't have to be your mother or grandmother. I feel as though it's the aunt, that side of things. She's just saying thank you. You haven't looked after anyone before they pass? You have, but not a lady. The lady's coming through to say thank you. It might not necessarily thank you for looking after her, but thank you for looking after, okay, the gentleman. And that's me making it fit, because she just clarified that to me. It's just because they sometimes come through new and they don't know how to work with me. That's the same as when they come through, I had to quickly work with them, but if it's wrong, I apologise. But she's just saying thank you then for looking after this gentleman. Will this be your father, please?
My partner.
Your partner. Your father's upstairs as well, please, because another gentleman has come through, and I feel as though this is your father, and he's just saying whatever I just said from my guide through this lady, it's true, that he's just saying thank you, because it hasn't been an easy journey for you, and spiritually it's like believing spiritual things around you, but it's very difficult to put them into practice. Okay? And it's like being nice to somebody, but sometimes, by goodness me, it's hard, isn't it? Okay? But he's just saying thank you. You just explained to me about your partner, how lovely man he was. Like a really gentle soul, quite tall.
Yeah.
I'm 6 foot, about my height.
Yes.
I want to tell you that this partner of yours is absolutely fine. He's in the world of spirit, but he's just quickly, he's not here, he was not in the spirit world there for me, because I believe that he's still being healed.
Yeah.
Yeah? And I believe that he didn't pass that long ago.
No.
He's just being healed. And I'm getting from your father what happened. I'm getting pains everywhere. I don't like to use the word cancer at all, but I'm just getting pains everywhere. And he's just saying the healing process was longer because it was everywhere. You can't just go up to somebody and say, you're healed. Not even in the spirit world. It'd be nice to think that, but it just takes some time. But he's going to be fine. Okay? Colin, I'm going to just give you the name Colin around you. That's just the thing. I'm not going to do my name tonight. I'm saying, that's it, no more names. No, I don't. I don't want it, I don't want those. But there is a Colin connected to you, otherwise he wouldn't have said it. Okay? And a John as well. Yeah. I'll give you February as a month, please.
Yeah.
And August as well. Yeah. And I know we've actually had COVID and a lot of holidays, but I had to give what I get. There was a holiday cancelled for an August period that they want you to go back on, whether it's a cruise or something across the sea. Sorry?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take it.
It's just, they just want you now. They know it's going to take a long time for you to recover. But you never will you?
No.
Because it's that thing. But things will get better. And that's what they say. I know it's a cliche, madam, that things will get better. And they're just saying to me, once you're back on your feet, you've still got a lot to do. Okay? But that's looking after yourself and going on Earth. Who's got the connection to France, please?
Me and my partner have good friends.
Thank you. Because the friends are still there?
Yeah.
That's the link. Because they want you to go. When I say overseas, I can make anything fit. France is over the sea. And they just want you to go there and, yes, have that lovely smile on your face. Go up the Eiffel Tower, have fun, okay? But only when you're ready.
Yeah.
I did know somebody who lost a couple of years ago, a really close friend, and within 2 weeks, her friend, her best friend, said, you should be ready now, you should be over it, blah, 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 blah. You should have holiday. No, you can't do things like that. So just take your time. Don't be badgered into doing things that you don't want to do. But I know you're going to do that anyway as well. You've just shown me that lovely necklace of yours. That's quite significant, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. He's just, I want to know why he isn't there apart from him being healed. And I feel as though he does come to you when you're at the kitchen sink. He's there for you if you feel that little shiver. And he just wants to say to you, everything's going to be fine. I'll always be with you. Always have been. I am with you and I always will be. Okay? So I'll leave that with you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Lovely lady, she just spun me round, made me look at that piano. I don't know if she played the piano. Or do you play the piano? I don't know, asking questions.
No, I think
It's
what
fine.
you were talking about was someone that tried to play the piano.
Okay. This lovely lady, she had a go at playing the
Yeah,
piano
she did.
a long time ago.
Yeah.
She said, I'm no Winifred Atwell. Oh my goodness me, that's... if you know the young ladies and gentlemen here, Winifred Atwell was going back a few years, wasn't it? And she said, I'm no Winifred Atwell, but she was really had a good go at playing the piano. And basically what she's saying to you is don't dance to anyone else's tune, just be yourself more. It's almost like that lovely lady that's behind you. You know, don't be bad into doing something you don't want to do. Okay? Because I know you've had a lot of things whizzing around in your head about how things have changed for you in the last year or two. They've changed for everybody, haven't they?
Oh, yeah.
But you're almost back to square one on the go, like a Monopoly board.
Yeah,
They're putting you on the go, and it's up to you to take that tentative step forward. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple of dogs in spirit as well for you.
Yeah.
Going back, okay. And one was a bit feisty. I hate that. One was a bit, I'm not sure whether he's doing it to me or to you, that he's looking at me, the dog. But I think it's a dog that you can only trust if you're his owner.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think he actually would have hurt anybody. But
No,
he was very
it's
defensive of his,
very
of
defensive.
his
And
family.
he's just looking at me as if said, don't you come too close to me. Anyway. But can you take the north as well, near Scotland, for a link for you, please?
Yes.
So I'll give him his Scottish dancing. No, there's no way I'm going to start dancing. But you know the Highland Flint.
Yeah,
They
that's
just-
far north of Scotland.
Pardon? It may be just a link.
But
A
yeah.
link for you, somebody
Yeah.
that you know lives up Scotland.
Yeah.
You know who's saying to me, I've got...
Scotland has been in conversations with me for
Right.
the last 2 days.
Then, okay,
Maybe
that's what they want about.
something there, but
But they're showing me the dance. You know, you dance over the swords.
yeah.
Just watch your feet when you're up there. Okay? Not that you're going to cut yourself, but
No, I'm not going to be doing
it's the spirit world of just saying,
Yeah.
don't trip over. Don't get tripped over by things that could happen when you go up to Scotland.
Okay.
They're giving a lot of building work around you. A lot of things that you need to do with your hands. Is there building work at home that you need to tackle, please?
Really?
Not really. What about that crack in the morning? It's going to be worrying now, isn't it?
I don't think
No, there's no crack in the morning. That's fine. They're just showing me these things that they just chuck them in there and I have to get it out,
Yeah,
okay?
that's right.
It may be symbolic
Yeah.
that you feel as though a couple of years, okay, right. She's just saying to me a couple of years ago, there was like a crack beginning either in a relationship or within yourself, that you felt that you wasn't getting anywhere. You were just sort of marking time, not dancing, but marking time. And the Scotland link, yes, you will go to Scotland. I have to keep working. I don't do future normally, but it's like a new beginning for you up Scotland. Okay?
Okay.
Pam. Can you take Pamela? I'm going back a few years, I know. But you might have to take that one home, please.
Yeah.
And I'm going to give you 32 as a number. Could be a house number, could be the year. I have no idea. They just shout out 32 for me.
Think about it.
Okay? There might be a raffle ticket tonight, who knows? Actually, I did say it to someone the other week, and she won.
Oh, right.
But that's just by the by. Okay. Okay. Right. Is somebody around you bought a new coat, please? I assume you are married. Yeah, you are married.
Yeah, I have actually.
You have?
Yeah, fairly recently.
Yeah. It's just that
It's new, I wouldn't it?
it's almost like saying you need to wear this coat in many colours. You need to wear it before it gets too cold. because she knows that you get a little bit of chest troubles when it gets to winter time, and that cough, not that you've got COVID or anything, but it's just that cough. Maybe just start with a gentle reminder, keep your coat on if it gets a bit chilly around, okay? Okay. Dorothy, I've got you there, Dorothy. I said to my guy,
These may be names related to the person that you've got.
Yeah.
Don't mean too much to me.
I said to my guy, don't give me more names, but they keep
No.
throwing names at me, you know. But nonetheless, I'll leave that with you.
Okay, thank you.
But keep listening to the music, the piano music. Who would like the classical music, please? So I'm getting Debussy and just listening.
I like Debussy, but
Right,
I'm not
that's
really
the
into
link, because
classical
they just say
music,
listen.
but just some bits by him.
They just say listen to more Debussy then.
Okay.
Claire de Lune, isn't
Yeah,
it?
Claire de Lune.
Yeah, she just said Claire de Lune.
Yeah.
I haven't got a clue what she's talking about, so she said Claire de Lune. Thought,
Yeah.
who? Claire de Lune. But lovely lady nonetheless. Okay? And I feel as though she wasn't in her character. I mean, you've seen Winifred Atwell on YouTube or television. She's got that lovely, bubbly personality when she plays. And I feel as though this lady's got the same lovely, bubbly personality when she's not playing.
Mrs. Mills.
No, Mrs. Mills. Crikey, there you are going back. But yeah, you understand what I mean? That this lady doesn't want ever to be unhappy.
Yeah,
She just
sure.
wants to come in the room and shine the light and make everybody smile. Okay? That's what she's doing tonight. Okay? And I'm going to leave that with
Yeah,
you.
thank you.
Somebody here, I must say that I've got a gentleman coming in, and I say I'm a direct medium, but I don't know who Dick is. It's about where I'm going to next, but they're not drinking enough. So I don't know if it's water or what. I can't see it. You're not drinking enough.
Okay.
Because she just went, over there, have a go. No, this lady, I feel as though is the energy of a mother figure, but I don't want to put your mum upstairs if she's not, but therefore is a grandmother figure.
Yeah.
Quite small actually, but can I say to you that she's a bit stooped? A little bit. I feel as though she had a lot of troubles with her back. Is she your grandmother?
Yes.
Okay, well she's given me, I think maybe then, and I don't make things fit, that she's just trying to, I'm not doing this trusted by the way, she's trying to sort of make a point,
Okay.
and she's just leaning forward as well.
Right.
And this is a lady who she wouldn't stand any nonsense. Well, what she said goes.
Okay.
Okay, and I know a lot of people, a lot of relations in those days were like that. But having said that, my grandmother wasn't like that because I hardly knew her. But I think she passed when she was quite young as well.
Yes.
Lovely lady, always got a smile on her face. And she's just handed me sticks. But I feel as though it's maybe granddad's sticks.
Yes.
They're like knurled with a posh,
Yes.
like a duck's head or an engraving on top.
I don't remember.
No, that's
That was
not.
too-
But they're just showing me that these posh, but because she said if they were still around today, they'd be worth quite a bit of money because they're hand carved. He likes nice things, she says,
Yeah.
and you do as well. But when you like nice things, they've got to be right.
Yes.
And it's the same with people. When people around you who are nice, they've got to be right. You don't stand in, she's not having a go. I've got to carry on there. She said, you don't stand in anything about people standing in the back
No.
because you feel as though everything's got to be right with your friends, colleagues and everything. That, okay, she's saying you demand respect. And I thought, goodness me, what's that down there? I know it's your phone, but I saw flash. That's all right. Because as soon as I saw it said, everything's got to be right, the phone started flashing. That's okay. That's
Sorry.
Anne. I'm going to give you an Anne as well, maybe some time ago.
Actually, her best friend was Anne.
Thank you. Can you take the Solent Bridge over troubled water? I know you know it, but symbolically it means a lot to you.
It's something that I would sing.
And it's something that
Quite
in
possibly.
spiritual terms, you have been going across the bridge of troubled water,
Okay.
say 5 years ago, and it's as if the water emotionally has been quite rough around you. And you, Spirit has made you cross this lovely bridge full of rainbow colours, chakra colours, whatever you want to call it. It's beautiful. And now you're on the other side. Not there, but on the other side, and you're a new woman now. Because everything's behind you. All the emotion, all the calmness of the water. It's almost you've gone across the river and done that over the bridge. Okay? It's all symbolic. What I'm saying is that spiritually you're a better person now. Not that he was a bad person before, but you're calmer. Can I say you're a calmer person than he was 5 or 10 years ago? And she's just saying that was her influence on you. She could be quite feisty, your grandmother.
Yes, she was.
Okay? She could stick up for herself. I'm getting a whole row of houses in London. I don't know whether this is her or it is her, because she used to be, obviously no mobile phones in them days, but she knew everything that went on in that street.
I'm sure.
Absolutely 100%. And she was the one in the mornings polishing that step.
I don't remember,
I
but
know.
I'm sure she was.
But that's what she's saying to me.
Yeah.
She's very house proud.
Yes.
Very, very house proud. And there's an old grandfather's clock that she had. And she used to let you play with it. You don't remember. He's showing me a grandfather. I can't take it away. I can't. It's not really significant. It's just I'm trying to jog memories, because I know there's a black and white photograph of her, of course, because it wasn't colour. But you've been looking at photographs of late. No. Somebody around you has been looking at photographs, a photograph album.
Okay.
But that's what she said to me, because she's been standing right behind them. Have you got a sister, please?
No.
Okay. I don't mind, no, I'm asking her. Maybe your friend. I can't go down that road because it deems that, you know, I'm a guest of the team. Well, I'm not.
Okay.
But there's fact is that you've been looking at photographs, maybe on your phone, looking for a photograph. I don't know. But she's saying that there is a photograph of her that's still around and it's on the mantelpiece. That maybe when you was a child,
Possibly.
that there was a photograph on the mantelpiece. It's by the seaside, and there's a motorbike in it as well. But that might be something you can find out as well. There's an Australian link as well, please.
Not that I
Not
know.
really novel. I'm wondering now if I moved on, because they come in and they go away. They come in because they know time short, giving messages. But Pauline, I'm going to give you the name Pauline. No, that's it. I don't give you names. Okay. Don't worry about the nose. I'm not. The important part is the message to you that you're over that bridge, and spiritually you're on a new journey. Okay. I'll leave that with you. So can I come to you at the back?
Yeah.
Why are we there? You like chess?
Sorry?
Do you like chess?
I've played it.
Yeah, I think you can one day. I haven't played for about 20 years. This gentleman behind you, he's just put a chessboard over your shoulders and just basically said, can we have a game? Can I tell you your life? I mean, I feel as though it's a father figure you used to play chess with.
Not so much him.
Not so much him. Well, nonetheless, this gentleman has.
Yeah.
And he said, your life has been almost like a game of chess. Guessing the person opposite the next move. And it's a very hard game to get your head round. But a lot of it is to guess what your opponent's going to be doing.
Yeah.
So in business terms, when you was working, that was what it was like, wasn't
Oh,
it?
yeah,
You
yeah.
had to guess,
Mm.
like, what am I going to do next? I'm going to go that way or that way.
Yeah.
But he said, your life is like that now. Which direction do I go? Left, right? It made me dizzy with the decisions you have to make.
Mm.
And your father has put two hands on your shoulders,
Mm.
and he said, look forward,
Mm.
never back.
Yeah.
Because there's too many memories looking back as well. You've got 2 children, please.
No, I've got more than that.
2 boys. No, he's on about 2 boys. No. Basically, what he's saying is stop. Just learn to say no.
Mm.
I feel that he's just saying stop dishing out money because you haven't got it.
I've done that.
You've done that.
Mm.
Should have been here the other week then. But that's fine. You know, if you've done that, that's absolutely fine. But sometimes they do come in a bit late with their messages. Okay? Very nice. Very nice gentleman. I feel as though he loved his politics, and he just said to me, I can't tell you what he just said to me because I don't want to get into politics tonight, but he despairs what's going on at the moment. But that's another story, isn't it? But he's just saying he enjoyed a good banter and he enjoyed a good conversation, but he wouldn't take any sort of conversation that didn't fit his criteria.
Yeah.
So and if I start talking about close to work at a precious metal company, he wouldn't be interested in that.
Mm.
He'd be only interested in what really he wants to talk about.
Yeah.
But he's a good listener as well.
Yeah.
Okay?
I've got that.
So really I know there's 2 sides to that, but he was quite good once he latched on to what he was interested in. And he's still interested in you, because you've still got a lot of things to do around your life at the moment as well. Show me, I'm hearing bells. That's celebration bells before Christmas. So can you take an anniversary before Christmas, or some sort of birthday, or certainly an anniversary? Because he's showing me bells. He's also showing me bells for next April, and that could be wedding bells. Not for you, but well, it might be for you. I
Good
don't
night
know.
from me.
It might be.
Yeah,
for you.
no, I can go with what you're saying.
You can go with that. Okay, thank you as well. Okay, give me. I know it's. Why is he giving me Brighton? I have no idea. Brighton, but that's significant to you. I mean, I haven't been to Brighton for
No, I've been for a while, haven't
40 years. But you said you enjoy it more now than what you then, because there's a lot more to see and do. So basically what he's saying, go out and enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
Because he said the wine bars on the beach is like a snaking path with all these,
It's all the lanes,
because he goes there quite a lot apparently. He enjoys the company of other people, because he wants other people to talk to as well. Okay? And more specifically, he wants to talk to you more. He wasn't very much of conversations with you when he was on the earth plane, was it?
No.
Very quiet. If he didn't have anything to say, that's cliche, he wouldn't say it. So he's a very quiet sort of man. You really had to sort of pound it in to get any response from him as well. But he said, look, he said, I know I passed and it wasn't very nice because he had trouble communicating before he passed, and he had a lot of trouble with his chest, and he was a smoker, please.
Yeah, he did smoke, yeah.
He's given me an anchor, and I'm trying to, when mediums work, they shouldn't think because they can overthink. But I am thinking about this anchor on a cigarette packet,
Yeah.
and he just said to me, for goodness sake, and yeah, it just said it's senior service.
Yeah, I can say all of that.
Thank you. Because it's like an anchor on the cigarette packet. But he's still smoking now, and it's a celebration around you of the now. I don't feel it's you coming here tonight, which is very nice of you to come tonight for this lovely sunny night, but he's just toasting you as a celebratory event around you of the now. Okay?
Yeah, I can sort of say that. There's a few things just happened recently, yeah.
Yeah.
I can say
Okay,
that.
thank you. You stopped reading newspapers?
I haven't read newspapers for about 3-4 years.
Right. So have I but he's just saying, don't worry about stopping newspapers because the news that you can pick up, you can pick up anywhere else. I know that's generalistic, but that's what he just said to me. He enjoyed the newspaper. Can I say to you, he still enjoyed the crosswords? Keeps your mind active. He said, don't even go to Sudoku because I don't even understand it. And that's him saying it from upstairs. You know, they should know all the answers, shouldn't they? He said, don't do the lottery because you never win. He was a bit of a joker, wasn't he? He always had a smile on his face. Even though he was quiet, he's very a gentleman that was inwardly, you couldn't read him as such. If you're sitting where you are, I would think, oh, I'm not too sure about him. But once you get to know him, he's like that with you, okay? But he's saying sorry to you. He's right now saying, I've got to tell you, I'm sorry. And that's just saying, he just said to me, I'm sorry for not saying to you, I love you. Okay? And I said, I'm sure gentlemen will pick up on that and okay? I just had to give you quickly the name Derek. I said to my guy, not Monday, but I had to give you Derek. But it's upstairs downstairs.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Everybody around here.
And a Susan as well.
Yeah.
Can I give you September?
Yeah.
As a, I'm going to call it Doodle What's It, you know what I mean. September to Doodle What's It. Yeah, good that. Let's keep that one. Okay. But he's just saying, I am with you. As they all are when they pass. We think they're gone, but they're not there with us as well.
Yeah.
He liked having his hair cut, didn't he? He lived at the barber's. It's all, and he keeps doing that. With his hair, when he's sitting down watching TV or whatever, or reading the paper, he's constantly doing it. And his hair was black.
Yeah.
Oh, what's that? Did he used to use Bill cream, please?
Well, yeah, I think, yeah.
Yeah, because and it's as if he's got like half a jar on his head. Maybe when he was a lot younger than where he passed. But there's a bee's knees doing this. And he said, I was almost like Del Boy when I was younger. He's making me laugh because I know what he's going to do. He's going to do all this art, you know. But I think his life when he was a lot younger was quite I can't say that word, sir.
Colourful.
Colourful, yeah. Very colourful. But as he got older, he calmed down a lot. And he's still making me smile. And I know it's sad that they've gone, but that's the way they come through to me with a lovely energy. And he said, you've got the same lovely energy because you've always got a smile as well. So with that, I'll leave you with that.
Okay.
I've got to come into one of you two, I know that. Scary.
Completely lost it then.
You zoned out a bit there, didn't
I
you?
did zone out completely.
I felt real comfortable in there.
Okay.
Okay. Now I've got a father with me, and I feel as though. What's the horses? Do you like horses? Do you like? I'm sure I'm with you. Okay. Maybe symbolic. That it's almost like say years ago, you just wanted to jump on a saddle and off you go, and there's no stopping you, was there? Because
No.
when you make a decision, and it's almost like you're galloping along at full pace, and no one can stop you. And his father was saying that's exactly what you have been like, and now's the time to slow down a bit. Okay?
Yes,
He says he loves. He's been through to you before here.
yes,
He
yes.
says he loves you being here because it's all the lovely ladies and gentlemen that's here that gives him the spiritual, obviously meaningful spiritual to come and give you messages as well. And there's a telephone call you must make that you haven't returned from somebody in your family. Might only be next door, I have no idea. But he's just saying there's a telephone call.
There's one I decided that I'm going to make.
Right, okay, well, I have it. That's what he's saying to me,
Yeah.
okay? And it's a telephone call to Australia? Or,
I have got relations in Australia.
yes.
I've never met any of them.
No, but you've got relations in Australia. And we thought about doing a family tree, because I'm getting like the branching out in Australia, just nothing. But I feel as though that's the family tree. I can have a new family tree in Australia, and it'd be quite interested to find out what's what in Australia as well. And he said you should get on that plane.
So one thing I said, I would never travel on a plane again.
That's right. But I think he's just gently encouraging you.
He
No.
did it when he was 80.
Right. Oh, well, that's probably, and I'm not going to ask how old you are, but
No, I'm
that's
not
probably,
80.
no, I wouldn't.
Not quite, right.
But he's just basically on about, he wants to put you back on that saddle that you got many, many years ago and gallop along, because the post is open, the wire's open, and you're going to go. But obviously not too fast, because he just said to you 5 minutes ago, slow down. But you know your limitations.
Right,
And
yes.
if you say your limitation is not to go to Australia, he wants to encourage you to try it,
Right.
to think about it anyway, because you're never too old. are
I'd
you?
love to.
Yeah, you're never too old. Look, I'm an ex-porter at the Lister Hospital in Speeding. I can carry bags. Well, actually, not at the moment, but
You know, what puts me off is because I've got MS. That's
Ah.
what puts me off.
right,
And I'm on my own.
you're on your own.
So that is the thing that holds me back.
Okay. This gentleman, this is your father. And I feel as though he had a lot of medical condition that restricted his movement as well before
At
he
the end,
passed.
yes.
But as I said tonight, when we were walking along, we saw the lovely Willow do the
Yes.
dance. You know, but that's what he wants you to do, and that's what he's doing now, because his restrictions of movement, he's had all the healing, and he just loves to be with you. He loves to give you that energy. He's calling you his dancing queen. And he's singing that from, I think it was ABBA, wasn't it? He's just calling you his dancing queen. So maybe, I feel as though there's a celebratory event around you now, that he just wants to have a dance with you, to celebrate. Okay? I'm not sure when his birthday was, because he hasn't actually told me yet. But I'm going to give you April as well, as a celebratory month, a doodah month. A doodah month, okay? Actually singing countdown races to me. I know that's horses, isn't it?
Yeah.
But he's just singing that to me. Why, I have no idea, because I feel as though this gentleman's full of spiritual songs and doodling. he's a lovely man. He's got a trilby on actually, that he used to wear when he was a lot younger, and he's just done that to you.
Never wore jewellery.
Like when he's very young. Well, he's wearing one now, and I feel as though for him to be suited and booted and everything with a hat, he just said to me, Graham, he says, get it up, I've poshed up. He said,
Oh, right.
I've poshed up. So when he went upstairs, he got rid of that jumper. Okay, he just said to me, I've got rid of the tatty trousers, but
Right,
that's
yeah.
what he said, not me. But he said, I'm suited and booted and I've pushed up, because he's just done that, he just bowed to you as well. They enjoy a walk, but he's saying he enjoys walks upstairs, he wants to have a walk with you downstairs. So it's almost like him saying to you, go for a walk, you know, when it's safe, when it's sunny and bright, not in this horrible dark. You don't go for a walk in the woods in Israel, do you? It's like go for a walk more often, just to sort of get things moving. And he'll be with you. He'll be there to guide you as well, because you're never alone. You're never alone. There's another song, isn't there? When you walk through the storm, hold your head up high.
Yeah.
Okay? He knows that one because that's significant to you as well. Because you've had to hold your head up quite high in the past few years. You walk through a lot of storms, haven't you? That's what he's saying. I'm not going personal stuff, but that's what he's saying to me. Being stormy all the way through, but he's saying that the weather's calmed down a bit. Actually, it has stopped raining, so that's significant, isn't it? As well, okay? He used to say about his teeth. He's on about his teeth that he had a lot of trouble with his teeth.
I've never known with false teeth.
Oh, that's probably why he keeps doing it. Was this a gentleman that used to, you could hear him clatter? So I told you my radar sometimes goes off. So it was your father used to, when he talked, you could hear the teeth clattering. Okay.
I've never known him since, I got older, have a new set of dentures.
Right. So like clatter. So whoever it was that said about teeth, forget it. I'll give you that teeth.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. And when he was a lot younger, he used to have a joke with you about those teeth.
Not that I can
No,
remember,
okay.
but
Well, he's joking upstairs now and he's chasing some relations round doing that with his teeth. I don't take that. He was a joker and he enjoyed life
he did.
as much as he could, okay? And he enjoyed his music
Yes, definitely, yeah.
and all sorts of music as well, okay? He even enjoyed something like the 1812 because he said he used to symbolically fire cannons in his head to people he didn't like.
Really?
Yeah, that's what he said to me. If you know the 1812, just think, you probably get the radio on next time you have Classic FM or something, it'll be 1812, there you go, that's your message as well. He's also shining a light to you as well. It's almost like he's a lighthouse for you, but he's just shining the path of light for you to get healed and move on, not upstage, you've still got a lot to do, but move on better than what you've been doing. Okay, so please take his love
I will.
for you. Okay? Yeah, thank you for working with me.
Thank you. Thank you for waking up.
You can stop whenever you want to. You can do another one if you want to, or you can stop. It's
I
up to
won't do a
you.
very quick one because the shutters are coming down and I don't
Up
like
to
to
you.
stop without people saying.
Like I said, free range. You can do what you want. It's all good.
I think I'll just change tact here. I think I'll do psychic violence, mediumship, but if somebody comes in when I'm talking, that's fine. But I want to come to that gentleman at the back who's saying doesn't be happy. But this is psychic reading, but I feel as though someone's waiting in the wings that has never been through to you before. And I feel as though I've either got a mother figure or an aunt figure because she's waiting. But at the moment, the reason why I say, excuse me, she's waiting in the wings is because they have to learn upstairs how to come through, and the same as we have to learn to meet them halfway. Psychically, that's hard to say, you know, if you feel it psychically, when you want to take that 2 steps forward, don't think you're taking 2 steps forward and 5 back around things that's happening around you at the moment as well. And don't take any notice of people that's quite, you think they're annoyed with you about what you're doing at the moment, let it go over your head, okay? Right. And I feel as though this past 6 months to a year, this is what's been happening to you. People have been getting on at you to do other things in your life that they want you to do rather than what you want to do. Is there a young lady in your life, please? Yeah. And I don't want to cause any family issues, and I'm not saying it's her. I feel as though somebody around you wants to suggest that you move. It's either move house or move jobs that are in a different area other than where we are in Bishop Stortford.
Sort of.
Sort of.
Yeah.
I can take that.
Yeah.
This lovely lady, she says, sorry I'm late. She's like, almost like Dizzy Lizzie. She said, where is he? Where is he? And she's just giving you a big hug. And I feel as though she's an aunt figure. She's got a lovely blue dress on. She's got a pearl pearl necklace on. Is your aunt still around, please? Because that's how she's coming through. And she loved her dancing, because she's got a dress for dancing.
So I can't picture.
Okay. There's a photograph of her, actually, with his blue dress, that you need to find out. Okay? There's pearls as well. But things with pearls, when you drop the pearls, they go everywhere, don't they?
Yeah.
And it's like you've had lots of, it's all symbolic. It's like she's showing you these pearls. You've got all these lovely ideas, but those rings of pearls have been dropped and they've gone everywhere. And it's, you have to now pick up the pieces.
Yeah.
Well, not only of your own life, but somebody else's life as well. Because there's something significant about somebody else's life that you take responsibility for.
Yeah.
And it's very hard. I mean, I've got 2 children, one's 40, one's 35, and I get phone calls. It's not about me, this is an example. You want to help them, don't you? You really do want to help them, sometimes you can't, because they're old enough to help themselves, but then you feel that guilt about, you know what, I wish I could help them, I can't. Sorry, this aunt had a lot of chest troubles before she passed. Although she's healed, sometimes when they come in so fast that wham, I pick up energy before she passed.
Yeah.
And I'm getting that continuous cough. I have not got COVID, don't worry. I'm clear. We both had our injections last week. Or maybe that's it, but no, I'm joking. But she's just coming through. And as she's coming through, she's just giving like a little peck on the cheek. And she said she will be through again. Okay?
Right, yeah.
She's very, when she spoke or speaks, she's looking at you. She's not snobby or anything, but she's very aloof. Because she's standing here. You could go to her house and have afternoon tea, feel quite comfortable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about as well, madam, don't you?
No, not got a clue.
You haven't got a clue. That's all right. I'll just carry on then. But you know what I'm talking about. Really, I need to say, can you go? Sorry, she's really getting me. She doesn't understand that she needs to back off and don't let me feel what she's feeling. I need to push it back, okay? But pick up the pieces,
Yeah.
super glue them together and move on, because you deserve a break. That's what she's saying.
Right.
You deserve a break. It could be a holiday or a change of direction, but you deserve a break, okay? You bought a lot of chocolate lately. She's just giving you a lot of chocolate. Symbolic. No? Okay. The celebration. It's your birthday or it's a celebration around you. She's just loading you with chocolate cakes and chocolate. There may be someone near to you. Anyway.
Not in a minute, no.
Yeah, don't worry about it. But the message is anyway, you tonight, is to pick up their pieces and then super glue them together and move on.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Lovely to see you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Would you lovely lady give a closing prayer?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Closing prayer.
Close prayer, please. Thank you.
She'd like to see you.
Oh, yeah. Right, join me in prayer, please, friends. Divine Spirit, thank you for this evening. Thank you for the messages of love that flowed from the spirit world, the messages of hope, and for the evidence that life on this earth's plane is not the end. I ask that you are protected on your homeward journeys and that you reach your houses safely. And I ask that your days ahead be full of love, laughter and upliftment. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. I'm just going to remind everyone, as I do every single time at this time of year, I've got my ghost tour Halloween night. If anyone would like to come along and join me and wander around the town And here's all the ghostly stories of Stalkford, and throw a donation in my bucket for charity. That would be lovely. Don't let me wander around on my own. That would be great. Just going to do our raffle quickly before we make our tea. I've got 761. Anybody?
Who?